it screams setup. It screams setup, or at the least extreme, incompetence. And I'm thankful that who was in charge of the Secret Service? She was a female.
Kim Cheadle?
Yeah, she's gone now. Stepped down.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. But now we have to look at, where do we go from here? And there's so many more questions that need to be answered, and none of them really have been answered straightforward. Like, they give one answer, and you have more questions that spring and spread off of that. It just seems really deceitful to the American people and to Trump to not have a straightforward answer as to what happened. How was there so many failures, catastrophic, just a cascade of failures from the top down? It's hard to comprehend. And at that level, like, we were good at what we did, and we never lost a client. And if we were ever shot at, the client had no clue we were being shot at, especially when we're driving and stuff like that. But once we were at venue, we've never had an incident, ever.
What do you mean the client never knew you guys got shot at? So there were times where a person shot at you, but you guys took care of that person trying to shoot you that wasn't even a concern. Nobody even thought about it.
No one, nothing, no. Well, we were driving around in like 4 or 5 vehicles. They would be in one Suburban. I was more times than not in the rear Suburban, sometimes in the trunk of the vehicle with the machine gun, sometimes with the rifle, and or an M4. The client had no clue what happened. It's over by the time it started, if they were able to get a shot.
How are you communicating with each other? How is the team communicating with each other?
All headsets.
All headsets?
All headsets.
God, so are you guys texting? Are you guys doing any kind of a Signal or WhatsApp or anything, or no?
We could. We had like little Nokia phones that had certain technology in it, but most of it was just over secure radio, and there really wasn't much communication that we were all trained to a standard. We didn't have to ask questions like the Secret Service did when they were protecting Trump, such as like, where do we go now, or where do we go from here, or what are we doing? Some of the questions that they were asking while bullets were flying and they were huddled over Donald Trump at the time. They were asking, what are we doing? Where are we going? And that was really weird to me. That would have never been asked. He would have been off the X, meaning the danger zone where those shots were coming in at the podium. He would have been off that within a second. And they stayed up on the that stage for, felt like an eternity. It was over 20, 30 seconds at least. And that was hard to comprehend, why it took so long to get him off the X, the danger zone.
Do you think in a climate like this, with access to everything that we have, we're going to find out if this was an inside job, if this was just a flawed, massive screw-up by the Secret Service and a local police department working together? Do you think we'll get to the bottom of this? Or there may be a possibility that it'll be a similar thing to JFK that we'll never know?
There we go. I think we'll never know. I think they have already gotten to the bottom of it. It's just I don't think that we'll have the privilege of knowing what happened. Because if it was really that bad and the Secret Service sucked that bad that day, then it gives away too much information that another potential shooter or enemy of the country, it gives them weight. I mean, they don't really need to be told. They saw it. A 20-year-old kid with zero training, zero background, was able to pull this off. So they've already failed. Why they're that bad or were that bad, I don't think we'll ever know. That goes into the top secret SCI level, that, compartmentalized information. We will never know.
This is one of those things that, like, if a whistleblower was to come out at a time like this,
oh my,
to share, like, if there's ever been a time to do that, this would be a time where
his life would be in danger, or her life would be in danger.
Whoever it is to come out, yeah. Okay, Nick, about the book, Reaper the Board. What can you tell us about the book?
Essentially, it's what we've been talking about and what's been happening over the course of the past 2 weeks, assassinations. And after I left the military and did the autobiography deal, I wanted to push myself off to the side and create a fictional story, a fictional character that uses the brain that I have. And I guess, carries out, not I guess, but he carries out various assassinations within our government. For this book, it was, I know we took out the head of the Central Intelligence Agency, National Security Agency, and the vice president. And they're all a part of a secretive organization. I guess you can call it a conspiracy. Depends on how far you want to dig down that rabbit hole. But human trafficking, drug trafficking, the interconnections and the connections we have within our government and other foreign governments, how things are taken care of. But it's all about assassinations. I'm not going to say I love assassinations, but that's what I like to write about.
Makes sense. It's your world. It's what you've been in your entire life. So, Rob, let's make sure we put the link below. Nick, as usual, it's always great speaking to you, to hear your perspective of somebody that's in this world, not just somebody that is giving their opinion from the outside as in, I think this is what happened. No, you've been in these types of settings to give the perspective, and I'm sure the audience appreciates the feedback you gave today. Thanks for coming out, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye, bye-bye. How great is it that at a time like this, when you have questions about politics, you can ask Candace Owens, Chris Cuomo, Tulsi Gabbard, all on Minnect. And if you got questions about what happened here with the sniper, and I got questions about what happened with the Secret Service assassin. I want to ask somebody that was a sniper before. Now you can. Nick Irving, 33 confirmed kills. As a sniper, Army Ranger, is on Minnect. Ask him whatever question you want. He'll respond back to you. Just click on that QR code, download the app, start asking now.